shit. We need that logo for.
And welcome to another tinfoil hat. You know who we are. You know what we're here to do. That's my man XG over there. Everybody in the house on the threes and fours, because Aaron, who doesn't believe anything's on the ones and twos. Joining me in studio, back by popular demand. He's the number one guy. They love him to death. Please welcome my brother from another mother, Mr. Eddie Bravo.
Thank you for having me, man.
How are you, boss?
I'm doing great.
Well, you've had a great weekend. Your fighter won. You got and people might not know this about you, or maybe they do. You're a huge Cleveland Browns fan.
I grew up a huge Cleveland Browns fan. I didn't miss a game between the ages of 18 and 33. I didn't miss any fucking games. If my mom's birthday sometimes falls on a Sunday, and she knows that because her birthday's December 17th, if it falls on a Sunday, we're celebrating her birthday on a Saturday.
That's so funny.
And no one, everyone understands, oh, that's right, we got to do that.
That's the game, ladies. Yeah, get it.
Don't
ride or die.
Fucking question me on my goddamn Sundays.
Who's your favorite Browns player?
Man. The Bernie Kosar days,
they were glorious.
2 plays away from the Super Bowl twice. The fumble and the drive. That's more than 2 plays, but that killed us. John Elway just fucked us in the ass. Not only did he fuck us in the ass, a lot of people don't know this, but the drive and the fumble, Ernest Biner fumbled right there, AFC Championship game, blew the Super Bowl for us. But I remember when John Elway, when a team signs a first-round draft pick as a quarterback, they don't play him the first game.
Right.
They don't play him the second game. They might wait 6 games in. They're just waiting for their starting quarterback to get hurt or to fuck up. And everybody, the fans want him to fuck up. Like, just put this motherfucker in. But the coach is like, we can't, that's irresponsible, throwing him to the Wolves first day. Well, they threw in fucking John Elway against the Browns. His first game, he's like, he came in and just lit him up right away. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to hate this guy.
How old are you?
That was probably in early to mid 80s, something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
And is that the only organized sport you really love? You're a Dodger fan as well, right?
Not really. I like the Dodgers because my son likes the Dodgers. So
that's how you got into it?
You know what? This is the story. My brother's 4 years older than me, and like most older brothers, he tried to humiliate me in front of my friends, trying to make me cry in front of my friends. Just the typical sibling shit, right?
And that's why you do jiu-jitsu now, right? A little bit?
Yeah, he does too. He's a blue belt.
Ah.
But anyways, he trains at 10th Planet Costa Mesa. But when we were growing up, it's just, I would have done the same thing. I would have bullied, he bullied me, and I'm sure
I lit my brother up. We made up fake wrestling organizations to give him a new belt so he could have a new belt. And then I'd beat his ass, and I would be the champion. I would just I had 30 belts.
Yeah. He had a big baseball card collection. He was 12, and I was 8. And, I was jealous of his baseball card collection. So, and he decided to give me one card, Cleveland Indians, Dennis Eckersley. I don't know if you remember that.
Of course.
He pitched sidearm. And he gave me that, here you go. They suck, Cleveland. And the way my brother would say Cleveland, he wouldn't say Cleveland. He'd go, Cleveland, like Cleveland. And just to make fun of me, just to ridicule me. He goes, here, because, they were always in last place. They fucking made a movie about how bad they sucked, So right away at 8, I just fell in love with the Cleveland Indians. Then that turned into an obsession with the Cleveland Browns and the Cavaliers. And I used to get an NBA ticket and watch the Cavaliers.
So you went all Cleveland.
Dude, I was hardcore into the Cavaliers back. Remember Sean Kemp was?
Yeah.
Remember he went to Cleveland for a little while?
Yeah.
All that shit where they almost went to where Michael Jordan fucked them. They had to drive themselves.
The only guy ever to be named all decade not to be in the NBA Hall of Fame. He's all decade, Sean Kemp, and never isn't in the Hall of Fame. It is fucking nuts, dude.
Well, maybe they'll throw him in there eventually.
Hey, it could happen. I can't believe you're a big Cleveland guy. I think we got a Cleveland day coming up, too. Was it Chicago?
We got Chicago coming up, I think, December 15th. We just had that book today.
Eddie's getting full on into stand-up, and he's joining me tonight. It's a sold-out show. It's at the Comedy Store, but there's always standby. It's Comedy Chaos. I believe it's our 30th sold-out show, and it's the whole crew. Somebody called this the Golden State Warriors of comedy, right, this lineup. Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, Brian Callen, Brandon Schaub, Theo Vaughn, Jessime Peluso, and you never know who's going to pop up. That's going in the main room tonight. And then this weekend, Tinfoil Hat, Eddie Bravo, myself will be live at the Philadelphia Punchline. That's right, it's Tinfoil Hat Comedy Night. Stand up and then Q&A with us. Come ask any of the questions you ever wanted to know. Earth flat, bisexual lizard people, whatever you want to know, come hang out. And then Sunday night, Eddie and I are in my home country, the 607, the 315. That's right, it's Tinfoil Hat at the Funny Bones in the Destiny Mall, a mall named after a stripper. And we're going to be doing, so meet Eddie, meet myself, and meet my mother. We'll have a nice little meet and greet.
And on Saturday, in between those 2 dates, I'll be at 10 Planet Bethlehem teaching a seminar from 12 to 3. So it's Friday in Philly for some comedy, Punchline.
Yeah.
Saturday, seminar, 10 Planet Bethlehem, Grace Gundrum, Zach Maslany, J.M. Holland, Thor, John Thor Blank. A lot of bad motherfuckers out in Bethlehem. And then Sunday, we're going to hit up the Funny Bone in Syracuse.
It's going to be great, dude. It's going to be great. Dates are coming in. We're getting more and more dates.
How far is Syracuse from New York City? Super far?
It's about 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, shit. That's too far.
Yeah, it is. It's a little. So you're going Philly to New York?
I'm going Philly, and then driving to Bethlehem, and then driving to Jersey, Newark Airport to Syracuse.
It's going to be a good
Easy.
time, dude. It's going to be a good time, dude. I'm super stoked. And then I'm at the I'm at the House of Comedy in Phoenix, Arizona at the end of the month, my birthday week. Not that that means anything to anybody. I don't hate celebrating my birthdays, mostly because I'm aging and I don't look like that anymore. Yet they keep using that picture. And just go to houseofcomedyaz.net and grab those tickets now. It's an hour of power with Sam Tripoli. And then myself, Eddie Bravo, we are going to Texas.
Hell yeah, November 3rd, Saturday, November 3rd in Houston. Where at?
We're at the secret. November 2nd, I'm doing my own personal show at Hyenas in Palo, Texas, just outside of Dallas.
Plano? Is it
Plano? Plano. It's at the Hyenas. It's one night, one show only, 8 o'clock. I'm so stoked to have the 8 o'clock spot. So that's that show. And then Eddie and I will be meeting in Houston, home of hot black stripper horse ass. The hottest black strippers in Houston. And not that we care because we're going to be doing comedy. We're going to the Secret Group. The Secret Group, that's the Secret Group TX.com. Grab your tickets there. I believe if we sell out that one, we'll add a second show. And then Sunday night, we're at Austin at the Paramount.
Sunday, Austin. Okay, so Friday, Dallas, U. Saturday, Houston, both of us.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, Austin, both of us. And today, I think our manager just booked us a late show in Chicago. Let's see, where are the details? December 15th, Saturday at Zany's in Chicago. One show, 11:15 p.m. show.
Is it Friday or Saturday?
That's a Saturday.
Oh, that's a good show, dude.
So we're going to try to do maybe Cleveland on that Friday.
I love it, dude.
Maybe Cleveland Friday. I think Candace is trying to hook that.
I have a bunch of hookups in Cleveland. I have a little following, so we're going to kill it.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Yeah,
Are
Cleveland was so fucking crazy because I've seen so many goddamn games, but I'd never even been to Cleveland. And to finally see them live in home. I saw them in San Diego. Like when they played the Chargers, I'd go see them, but I never saw them at home. It was like a fucking dream, man. I'm there with my son and my wife. And
they flew out to Cleveland too?
Man, it was fucking crazy. Everybody is decked out and serious. Mostly Browns for sure, but if you're wearing some Cleveland Indian shit, you're good too. You know what I mean? Throwing some Cavs, you're good.
Did you buy a jersey or anything?
I just went in with regular clothes. I went in with my fucking Reebok Tony Ferguson little jumpsuit thing, and I felt like a fucking pussy, man. I felt like I went to Brazil back in 2000, and on the beach, every dude is wearing a bikini. And me and my buddy Todd White, we're the only dudes in board shorts, and we feel like fucking homeless, man. It felt very awkward. I felt like a fucking
Because you
pussy.
weren't wearing a thong?
Because I wasn't wearing bikini.
That's so fucking funny.
It was crazy.
You
That's
didn't
how I
feel
felt
you
like
were
in
man
Cleveland.
enough?
Man, I just don't have the legs for that kind of shit.
Me
you know what I
neither,
mean?
dude. I don't
got
have the
skinny
body for
legs.
that shit.
Yeah, I got
but
skinny
I've
legs.
decided to dedicate myself, man. That's what I'm going to do now is just really work and just try to get in some sort of shape for 45 years old.
That's a good idea, man.
That's my goal.
Never too late to get your shit
I
together.
want to slow down on doing stand-up every night and just kind of focus on mind, body, and soul.
There you go.
You know?
Because what good is stand-up if you can't fucking stand up?
Yeah. Are you enjoying doing this stand-up? Are you enjoying doing these shows?
It's the funnest shit possible. What's funnier than when it works? When it works. When you bomb, of course.
I've never seen you have a really bad set. I've seen
the
you
first
have...
the first set in Niagara, the very first one was very. It was. I bombed.
Well, you know, the thing is just like you just haven't done the road enough to know that, sometimes jokes don't necessarily translate as much.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
And it did. It was like the Mexicans down in at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Like, I think once you got comfortable in saying that, they started to enjoy it. And at the end of the day, they're just there to see you, dude.
Yeah. It was cool though. No, but the first show on Friday was early. That I needed to warm up. That second show, that was the best show I did up to that point. And then Saturday, I learned a lot because that first show Saturday, fucking packed, was awesome. Everything after that first show was awesome. I had so much fun. And then the last show, which was weird because it was a Saturday, I taught a seminar that afternoon, and then we did that first show at 7. And before that, the second show on Saturday night, which started at 10. Man, I was fucking dead. I had no energy. I was very concerned about that last show, how that was going to happen, because I just felt coffee wasn't working because I just caffeined it all day through that seminar and that first show. The first show went great, but I just spent so much energy. I was really worried. Like, fuck. And then that last show was packed.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I'm going to eat shit. I felt horrible.
They were all packed.
I felt horrible. But once I got up there, man, I know now not to freak out over feeling like shit before a show, because once you get up there, you can snap yourself out of it, and just the crowd laughing and the crowd being on your side just wakes you up and then just electrifies you. And then I was very important for me. It's just like the gym. It's very hard for me to go. It used to be very hard for me to go to the gym to work out. Very, very hard. Like, I'd be thinking of an excuse as I'm driving every red light. I'm going, you know what? Maybe I'm getting sick. Maybe I should just turn around and do emails. Yeah, that's good. But just looking for reasons to turn around. But then I'd drag my ass in the gym. And after that first set, you blow out that first set, then you're pumped up and you're like, fuck yeah, let's kill this shit. So I know that. So now I know when I'm driving to the gym, no matter how bad I feel, I know once I get that first set out, just focus on that and then see how you feel. If you want to leave after that, leave. But I never do.
How does killing feel? How does it feel
awesome.
like, a lot of people describe it as better than sex. Like when you kill in a room full of complete strangers who are there to see you. And like
nothing's better than
everything is
all those years of hanging out with Joe, going on the road with them. And, I did a little open mic. There was a little open mic stint in the very beginning before 10 Planet was even a thought. I was a strip club DJ. I was fucking around on stage. Joey and Joe just talked. We kept talking about that. Joe kept saying, dude, you should go up on stage. You could try. You should do it. You should do it. And I would say yes, but we never really committed to anything. And then one day at the Coffee Bean on Sunset, Joey Diaz and Joe Rogan said, tonight you're going up. Like they decided. Hey, we got something to tell you. I'm like, what? You're going up tonight. It was a Sunday open mic night. And I'm like, okay, I can't say no to that. And I did it. And I realized real quick after, maybe 9 times going up, I realized that, man, this is just like jiu-jitsu. I'm going to have to no wonder comics go out 4, 5, 6 times a week to work out. It's just like jiu-jitsu. You can't get good at speaking in front of people and telling stories. You got to practice. So I realized that you just can't get up there and you're just, you have to work at it. And I realized that I don't have time to get my public speaking skills together. But I could just, give Joe ideas. So then I would come up with ideas, and then Joe would just fucking make them funny. And then he got the job at the Man Show after Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel left. He brought me on board as a writer, and that's all I did. I just came up with premises and ideas, and then Joe just made him so fucking funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he's a killer.
We were at Bed Bath and Beyond in Topanga. I'll never forget this. And I would just say shit, and then Joe just would put it together, and we wrote this for the Man Show. They rejected it because they said it was too scatological, it was too dirty. I was always drawn to make commercial parodies, and a commercial parody is a product that's so fucking bad it can't be good or like legit,
right?
Otherwise it wouldn't be funny. It's just like the useless product that you're trying to sell. And I came up with the fuck bed, right? It was a bed made of big steel, what are they called, gurneys or whatever?
Yeah.
Like you make skyscrapers out of, and had judo mats on it. It was in a cage. And we'd have a scientist in a lab coat with a clipboard, and we were gonna have Bob Sapp, the 365-pound roided out MMA fighter, the giant black dude. We were gonna have him he's gonna be fucking on fucking blow up dolls on this fuck bed. It's made of judo. It's like it would start out the commercial would start off with like a dude fucking some chick under the covers, and then the bed falls apart. And then she fucking gets smashed. Goes, that's fucking it. Your bed sucks. And then she gets up and leaves, and he looks and he goes, "Has this ever happened to you?" Like it's a fake
That's
problem.
so funny.
Like everyone's beds are.
Or they
breaking.
do that weird like,
yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. We may have a solution. Then we did that. But anyways, that was one Man Show sketch that didn't get green.
So you said killing is the best thing ever. Is it really better than like beating a jiu-jitsu tournament, knowing that, like you've been trying to beat this guy or something like that? You gotta say killing's better?
That's gotta be the equally,
That's
if
what I'm
not,
saying.
that's
Gotta
probably
be equal,
even better.
'cause you put in the same amount of time on both places.
It's good. But the thing about comedy is you could do that shit all the time. You know what I mean? Winning some big fight or even like a jiu-jitsu match. You can't do it. You can't do that as much as comedy. You can go up every night, 2 spots a night, and just fucking get your fix.
If you ever want to work shit out, let me know. I got the dojo. You can go up anytime you want.
Jiu-jitsu is my priority.
Of course.
So I like these Tuesday night shows. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it, but if I start going out more nights than the Tuesday, I'm already not teaching tonight, and I feel bad and I feel guilty about that. I don't want my jiu-jitsu students thinking I'm going to leave jiu-jitsu for comedy, because that's not what's going to happen. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just doing stand-up for the fucking fun. It'd be nice if I got paid too, but that's not why I'm doing it. It's so much goddamn fun. It's equivalent to beating someone's ass. It really is, like in a cage or whatever. Not that I ever did that, but it's when it's working, it's so much goddamn fun. Joe is. If you watch, the reason Joe is so goddamn good is because he's addicted to that rush.
To everything.
Yeah,
everything it does, he's addicted to.
It's so symbiotic because the crowd is. You're hooking the crowd up. If you're a good comedian and it's working, you are providing so much entertainment, especially if you're really good and you could keep someone going for like, Dave Chappelle for an hour and a half. Fuck, that's way better than watching a movie. It's so much entertainment.
Yeah. You never laugh like that.
There's
at
so
a
much.
movie.
So it's like the comedian is making the audience laugh and they're feeling so good, but them laughing is making the comedian feel even better.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So just back and forth. You're just like giving each other a massage. You know what I mean? Just back and forth at the same time. Not one at a time.
You're
it's
learning
the exact
to do,
same time.
Like you've mastered the physical with jiu-jitsu. With stand-up, you're learning to master the mental. You're learning Jedi mind tricks. Words, little things, cutting out a word, cutting out a sentence, trimming down the jokes. All this is mental, man. And it's like when it clicks, it's pretty amazing, dude.
There's nothing more fun.
There's nothing more fun, dude. Nothing more fun. So let's get into some conspiracies. I'm sure I'm going to hear about how long we went on comedy, but this is what we like to talk about. A lot of craziness going on. I haven't heard your take on the whole Kavanaugh, Dr. Ford trial. Do you have any? His hearings. Any thoughts on that? Like the guy from the Supreme Court.
If you follow Q, with the whole thing with Q, it's like, and Donald Trump, it's like You either hate Donald Trump or you love Donald Trump, and there's a lot of people who love Donald Trump who are, in the closet about it, and then they just don't want to commit themselves and be tricked again, because we've been tricked so many times.
So many times.
Like Obama tricked us.
Big time.
Obama totally tricked us. We thought, oh shit, this
Clinton
guy's legit.
tricked us.
Yes.
But we didn't realize that till much later.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone thought Clinton was the fucking
Remember?
man.
He's the first black president, blah, blah, blah. Plays the sax, such a good guy.
Yeah.
And then everybody joked, what a poon hound he is, man.
Yeah, so
poon hound.
It's really hard to trust any president, because it's really easy to say, oh, they're all corrupt and they're all evil and they're all working together and they're all friends behind the curtains and all that. It's really easy to say that and not actually look into it. You got to always remind yourself that there are good people in government. There has to be, and the system has to be legit. Like, because some people think voting is completely. It's like voting on pro wrestling. You know what I mean? But if voting wasn't legit, then why would they be spending so much money on campaigns and trying to rig it? They're trying to rig it and trying to do all this shady shit. Why are they trying to do shady shit? Isn't it already shady?
Right.
It's got to be good.
It is interesting.
Why is there blackmailing going on? Why are people being suicided? There has to be good people. So, like, who are these good people? I mean, is it Trey Gowdy? Is he one of those guys? Is Kavanaugh a good guy? Is Trump a good guy? Because everyone's telling us he's a bad guy. Most of the population believe that Trump is a psychopath. You know what I mean? And then you're finding out now with the release of the FISA document, you're finding out why people think Trump is racist, why they think he's a Russian agent. You're finding it. Now I understand. Now I understand why the media says what they say. And now I get
they're
it.
all controlled.
No, well, yeah, but it's really easy. You know what I mean? It's really easy because what we're finding out now that through the release of the FISA document, allegedly, this could all be a trick. I don't know. I mean, Q could be a scam. I'm hoping it's not. It doesn't look like it is, but it's looking like the whole Russian collusion thing came from. There was some bad people high up in the FBI and CIA. They're all gone now. Supposedly, we got good people now, and it's all under control. But during the presidential run, during the election, there was according to the FISA document,
right?
They needed to get dirt on Trump. They needed to spy on Trump. They needed to bury him because they knew if he won, all the Democratic motherfuckers that were doing the dirty shit, the real scary, evil shit, they knew that they can't let Trump in. So what they decided to do is, get some dirt on him, and they had to spy on him. And you can't just spy on people. You have to do a lot of different shit. And according to the FISA document, they got the text messages, they got the emails, they got the conversations.
Dude, they put plants on Trump. He had 2 spies. He had Carter Page was planted there by the CIA, okay, and the FBI. And then there was an old spook who had spied and helped Reagan get elected. He was put on Jimmy Carter's his campaign team, and I forget the name. Can you look up the guy who spied on Jimmy Carter for Reagan?
Well, so anyways, so when
they had everything.
When because the media, Hollywood, the intelligence agencies, the DNC, they're all on the same page as far as framing Trump and going after him. I didn't really pay attention to Trump, and all I knew is he just
Stephen Halper.
Stephen Halper.
So they needed to spy on Trump. So what they did is they needed to get a warrant, and they go to the FISA court, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Agency. They need to get a warrant to spy on Carter Page. And if they got a Title I warrant, if the court granted that, they can spy on anyone that Carter Page talks to, including Trump. So that was a genius way of basically spying on the president. So first they had to get that warrant to spy on Carter Page. So they did a few things. Like one thing is they would leak, the intelligence agencies would leak stories of Russian collusion regarding Trump to the media. So the media is getting these stories from their
Sources.
FBI sources. So they believe it. It's not like I used to think that the media knew what was going on and they're just lying. But they were actually they thought they were telling the truth.
Right.
Because what are they supposed to believe?
Right.
They're not, it's way, to get the message across that Trump is a Russian spy, it would be way better if when you tell, or whoever leaks that to the media, to tell them that it's true, as opposed to saying, hey, listen, he's not really a Russian spy, but just say he is so we can fuck.
Right. They have to get him to
Yeah,
believe it.
it would be
And
way
they'll throw
better
him
than
under
you
the
say,
bus.
no. Yeah, so the media actually believes it. So I never looked at it like that before. I always thought, like, dude, the media is so fucking evil. Look what the fuck they're saying. But so when you find out that their intelligence sources were giving them all this Russian collusion nonsense. So what they ended up doing to get the warrant, they would take these news articles that they started, that they leaked, and they would use that as evidence to the FISA court to get a Title I. Along with the Steele dossier,
which was
Christopher Steele,
which was funded by Fusion GPS,
Yes.
which was Dr. Ford, the lady in the Kavanaugh. Her brother started that company that was funded by basically George Soros and Hillary Clinton. She basically paid for all that.
Yeah, so all these actors that fucking can't stand Trump and like CNN and CNBC, now I get it. Now this is what's coming out. I get it now. You know there's a lot of shenanigans going on, but you don't know exactly how they're going down. Now you know they're going down. It's Peter Strzok, him and Lisa Page. They got the text messages going back and forth. It's all right there. It's all in the FISA document. And Trump has called for a full redaction because when they first released it, they blacked out like 80% of it. But still there was some juicy shit in there.
Oh, for sure.
But once we get it fully redacted, it is fucking over for them. It's got to be.
And do you hear that they're not, the redactions aren't about government secrets and protecting government information? It's to cover up being embarrassed.
Yeah.
They're literally like,
well,
we're going to be embarrassed and look stupid. Please don't put this, redact that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's about being embarrassed. It's about going to jail, I think,
Well, it's just they look really dumb, and that is a big thing.
So I get it now. So first I thought Hollywood were just dumb as shit and they're evil fucks. But when you have like Robert De Niro, when you have like Kathy Griffin, they're getting told by FBI sources that Donald Trump is a Russian agent and he's racist and he's going crazy. He's unfit to be president. I would believe that shit too if I had my sources high up in intelligence. So that's what's going on. And once all that gets redacted, which it's in the process right now, shit, man, that it shows exactly how they all colluded. They're the ones who colluded to frame Donald Trump. So this whole time, Donald Trump was framed.
They freaked out when he won. They freaked out. They wiretapped him before, and they kept wiretapping him after he was elected.
Yeah.
They wiretapped an elected official. This is not like conspiracy. These are facts. And people are freaking. This is Watergate on steroids.
Yeah.
It is so fucking big. They thought if they could find dirt, they could get him kicked out and somehow Hillary would become president. But that's not even it.
Yeah, you would get the second.
It would be
the vice
Pence.
president. Yeah. It doesn't even matter.
And it's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at that, you got to go, Hillary's the biggest loser in the history of human competition. To have two spies wiretapping the media on her side, picking her opponent, and she still lost. And that's why I do believe military intelligence is behind Trump, because that's the only way that she could have lost that. She had everything on her side.
Yeah.
To rig everything. I mean, she rigged the primary.
Yeah, the Q story, there's two stories, at least two. But the Q story is that the good people in the military intelligence officers, they've been planning a coup, a takeover, and draining the swamp and cleaning up D.C. And they recruited Trump because they needed someone outside of D.C. who wasn't involved in all those political shenanigans. Someone with big balls and pride up the motherfucker. You know what I mean? So they got him. That's the story. And then they're together.
So you
together
think Trump is a white hat?
White hat meaning good guy?
Yeah.
That's one story. That's the Q story. The Q story is totally pro-Trump. So if you're following Q, you're hoping the president and the military intelligence officers around him that supposedly recruited him are actually going to clean out the evil, the satanic pedophiles, and all the corruption. That is one story. Or there's a chance that
it's all theater.
Maybe it's all theater, and that it could be an evil plot. Like maybe the ultimate goal was to figure out a way to make the U.S. a military regime. Like, how would they do that? They all were, like Hillary and Trump and all of them were really all friends, and they're going to how do we do this? How do we turn the United States into a military regime? There's so many countries like that. It's so so easy to control the people at that level. So, one way would be to make get Trump in there, get the Democrats to say and do the craziest, stupidest shit where everyone's just hashtag walking away. And right now, people who believe Q 100%, we are embracing a military sting operation.
Are you okay with that?
Military tribunals. You know what I mean? So, I'm down. I hope Q's real. I follow him every goddamn day. Praying Medic, Blessed to Teach, Just Informed Talk. I follow that shit that's our only hope, because that's a plan. Q is a plan. That's the only plan we got. If that isn't a real plan, then we're fucked either way. So I'm hoping it's a real plan, but at the same time, all I'm saying is, shit, maybe we're being played with it.
Let me ask you some stuff about. There's things about Trump that make me worried. Increasing the budget to Israel, the selling of weapons, more and more weapons to Saudi Arabia, the participation in Yemen, the deregulation of everything.
He went to a Jesuit school.
So do you think he could be in on it, right? Is he a Zionist? Is he, in Zionists, I see like neocons and neoliberals. Anybody who's like, we're going to dominate and take over, I have a major problem with.
Yeah. They fooled me with UFOs. They got me fucking hook, line, and sinker with UFOs, man. They pretended they were covering it up just so we would believe it. The cover-ups. We were believing it because there was evidence that they were covering up UFOs, and they had secret UFO programs where they were studying sightings and all that. So it used to be that a conspiracy theorist believed that the government was covering up UFOs and aliens. Now, that's not the conspiracy theory anymore. That's for regular people. The conspiracy theory now is that they faked covering it up. They pretended covering it up so that you'd believe.
And that would increase what? NASA's funding?
That would increase the possibility that the fake alien invasion would actually work. Because we believe all that shit. They're showing us the Star Wars, the Star Trek, Space Odyssey 2001, space this, space that. You know what I mean? In the middle of all this shit on your phone, you wake up, boom, that CNN headline, that's bullshit. That Washington Post headline is bullshit. They show you all that political stuff, all bullshit, and then boom, then they show you some new space discovery, and then they go on with the political bullshit. You think that space thing is just there like randomly? It's all part of it.
It's all orchestrated. It's all orchestrated.
I think all the politics are to distract from like the reality is what we're on. And what are we on?
What do you think that presidential alert thing was? I know
think,
you got it.
No, you know what? I'm all about Q. I'm hoping that the Q plan
Q
is real.
talked about that. Yeah. About that, he talked about in November.
Q
would
is
happen.
Definitely, whoever is dropping those Q posts, he's definitely working with the president. It might even be Donald Trump. Q might even be
Could
him.
It be artificial intelligence? Could it be the Q group and the NSA?
It could be. You know what? Here's a crazy thought: is it could be Dr. Steve Pachenik.
Who's that? How do you spell that?
That's a hard one to spell. Dr. Steve Pachenik, P.E. Pachenik. He's a former CIA psychiatrist involved in government.
There was top one.
That guy. That guy right there is a former CIA psychiatrist and negotiator. He goes in. He's been involved in a couple coups in different countries around the world, and he's on Alex Jones every now and then. And he's the one on Alex Jones that was saying Sandy Hook wasn't real. He's the one. He's the one who got Alex Jones to believe that. It was Dr. Steve Pachenik. You could go to YouTube right now and go Dr. Steve Pachenik, Sandy Hook, and he's the one who's saying Sandy Hook was a false flag. And since he used to be in the CIA, you kind of want to hear what he has to say. But he had a YouTube channel, and he's
the real deal.
Yeah, he stopped posting. He stopped posting 11 months ago, right when Q started. He stopped. I'm on his YouTube, and I'm like, I want to see what he's saying because he's the one. He's the one that says like the craziest like Q type stuff, and always talking about going into a country and cleaning out their government, and he disappeared from YouTube 11 months ago, right when Q started. I could be totally off. But Dr. Steve Pachenik might have something to do with Q.
Go click that.
Well, that is 11 months. That's November. We're in October.
Yeah.
He claimed it right on the dot.
Yeah. So it's kind of strange, And
does it make you nervous that Q talks about this presidential thing, this alert, and now they're saying, and they could be full of shit too, that the alert activated your 9/11 chip, and now they totally control your phone?
No, it could be that. It could be anything. I'm hoping that it's another way for Q to keep the Patriots up to date on what's going on. Because what Q is some unknown person or persons dropping some serious behind-the-scenes Washington, D.C. type info.
The information is real. It's real. Now, there's this Sarcadia. What's their name? Sarcadia 3030. Have you heard of that? CIRADA. CI. Yeah. CI. Sarcadia.
That one right there?
Like 3030 or some shit like that. Sarcadia 3030. There it is. 333. Go back. Anyways, so there it is. Boom. That they're behind Q. All I know is that Q's information is real.
Yeah.
He told us about North Korea before anybody else. He told us about Facebook and Google and all the bullshit they were doing. He told us all that shit.
Yeah, and one of the proofs that sticks out is not only is I'm able to watch these hearings, these congressional hearings on C-SPAN and know what's going on, know the players because of Q. So the information is real. And there are some, proofs that, after a while, they just can't be coincidental. Like Q would say, okay, we knew this was going to happen. They have it all planned out.
We saw it coming.
Go on the president's Twitter, go to this date, tap on, right click on the picture that he posted on his Twitter, and then check out the file name. And you do that, and it says Q do it. And then Q goes, what are the odds of that happening?
The information is real.
Yeah, so
everybody
Trump
calls
is
it
involved.
hope porn.
No. And the fact that the mainstream media is trying everything to discredit it and shoot it down, that just makes it more real to me.
Are you getting impatient with no arrests?
No, if you follow what's going on, you can't you can't just arrest somebody. Like when, gangsters and mobsters are being surveilled. They know they've committed murders and they've done all the shady shit, but they can't get in there because if they get in there too quick, they're gonna fuck it up and they're not gonna be in jail. They arrest them too soon, they're not going to jail. You got to arrest them at the right time. You got to clean motherfuckers out. Kavanaugh just got, he just got in finally.
Confirmed.
So I think it seems like that was huge. Getting him in is going to be huge for the arrests. There's supposedly 51,000 indictments. 51,000, that's not no one's disputing that. Since in the last year, 51,000 it's sealed indictments. That means 51,000 people are going to be investigated for some shady ass shit.
Some shady ass shit, dude.
It's usually a year. It's usually like 5,000 sealed indictments a year. But, apparently Attorney General Sessions is, they hired him and Huber. I don't know what Huber's title is, but he's involved in processing the 51,000 indictments.
Do you know they've hired, this is the largest hiring of federal lawyers, prosecutors.
Like 470 or something like that. They're ready to. They're remodeling.
Do you know where they got most of them? Utah.
Yeah, that's what's all going down Utah.
Because the Mormons are really powerful, dude. For some reason, Trump went to the Mormons to talk to them to get them on his side. I don't know why, but they're a very powerful dojo. And he went to, and that's why a lot of these prosecutors again are from Utah.
It's crazy shit, man. People think that Q is bullshit. Ain't nothing happening. No one's going to jail. You're just not paying attention, man. You are not paying attention. It's like inch by inch. They clear. Look at all the people that were fired from the FBI. All of them gone. They're gone.
Two heads of the
CIA
FBI
gone.
stepped down.
Trump's going head to head with John Brennan, former CIA director.
And that guy's disappeared, huh?
You don't think
He's
nothing's
not
happening?
talking.
Yeah. You don't think nothing's happening? McCain, what happened to McCain? You know what I mean?
What did happen to
what
McCain?
happened to McCain? The rumor is, the conspiracy rumor is at the high levels of the Illuminati and at the high levels of government, they treat treason the same way. Like Illuminati has their own little treason. You went against, the Illuminati, so that's their little treason. You know what I mean? That they give you a choice, and it makes sense. Like with the Illuminati, it makes sense.
So you're saying the Illuminati could have been behind it, not the government?
No. I'm just saying they use the same tactics.
Okay.
The same tactics is either you kill yourself, and it just makes it really easy for us. Like we don't have to hire someone to kill you, or we don't have to do it ourselves. We just kill yourself.
We don't have to make it like a big, like, hey, we're gonna hang you in front of everybody, or we're gonna give you the death penalty. We're going to give you the honor, which I don't understand why they would give them the honor if they're that much treasonous.
Well, with the Illuminati, it makes sense. The people on that side, it makes sense. If they want someone dead, they say, listen, it'd be way easier if you just killed yourself. Here's a rubber band. We'll give you instructions. You put the rubber band around the doorknob. You throw it over the door. You wrap it around your neck, get on a chair and just jump off. That's how you do it. Do it that way, and it'll send a message to you. You do it yourself, or we're going to do it for you. Either way, we would rather have you do it yourself because then we don't have to anything to cover up. We don't have to get anybody involved. You really killed yourself. It's way easier for us. But if you don't, if we have to kill you, we'll probably kill your whole family too. So what do you want to do? So it would be easier. If I was in Illuminati, that's what I would do. Who would disagree with that? I could just have him kill himself. It would be way easier.
Yeah, because if not, then the airplane goes down.
Yeah,
like
because then you got to
family.
set up
the
that
whole family.
Yeah,
gets
like
taken
if you're
out.
together
Yeah.
with them, instead, we're just gonna let a plane fall down then.
So
Well,
on
that's
the
what
other
they did in
side,
The Godfather.
on the other
Kill
side,
yourself, and we'll take care of your family.
Exactly. So on the other side, that could work in the same way too. Like, let's say someone high in politics, like some senator or something, was putting together these treasonous deals that worked against our country and all that. Maybe it's better for our country because maybe the Q plan has nothing to do with this certain senator or this, you know what I mean? They're shady as fuck, but we're after these motherfuckers.
Right.
Here. So just kill yourself. We don't even want to drag you through court, and it's going to take fucking, the court's going to be on TV, and it's going to take 6 months. It's going to be all this shit. Just kill yourself, because that would be a distraction. That'd be a big delay. It'd be better if you kill yourself than if we actually put you through the military tribunals and go through the process. Fuck that. Just kill yourself.
Now,
you know what I mean?
There's a whole theory that the treasonous stuff that they're talking with John McCain is that he was helping to sell weapons to the quote-unquote enemy, like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, all these people, and that our sons and daughters in the military were going to fight our enemy who had the same weapons we did. And that this is a big reason why the military got behind Q and the intelligence agency of the military, because they're tired of these banker wars. Going in and doing banker wars and just having our kids go into slaughter, coming back broken, nobody taking care of them. Because I do believe within the military at the highest levels, I do think there are some sense of like patriotism. And they don't like that they're getting sent into wars not to win, to occupy, and they're not really fighting for, to defend us. But it's more like an offense now, where we're just going in and we're bombing the fuck out of everybody. We're giving shots to these people for these, I'll take these shots so you don't get this disease over there. And they come home and their kids are all fucked up, and it's just like, it's really ugly. And you're like, these people are joining the military for a very patriotic reason to support their country.
But they should know that. That happened in World War II. They throw nukes in front of them and say, hey, go walk to that.
Yeah, but not that everybody knows that. Like, the fact that you do know that means you're like probably, when it comes to conspiracies, smarter than 90% of the people out there. Nobody really knows. They don't know that at all. This whole thing, like, dude, what was it? The attacking of Pearl Harbor, right? FDR knew about that for 4 days, that it was going to happen. He did nothing. Because you know what happened? The next day, 1 million people joined the military. 1 million. Like, this whole stuff with the NFL and the standing and sitting during the whole anthem, it is all propaganda to get people to join the military. All these movies that are coming out, that's everything about the Army kicking ass. There's shows on TV called the CIA and the FBI. Like, dude, that's propaganda. Just to get people to join the military. And then you get these kids, and then they go into these wars, and they're just wars for profit. They're just wars for profit. That these guys, we're sending sons and daughters to die so bankers get rich. And I think somebody at the highest levels are getting tired of it.
I think that's what's going on, too. I think, Kay Griggs, who is a State Department whistleblower, she was married to, what was his name? George Griggs, right? He was Joint Chiefs of Staff, but growing, in his younger years, he was a CIA assassin. And Kay Griggs, his wife, who worked in the State Department, she was a whistleblower. She said a bunch of shit. She's on YouTube for like 8 hours going off, just spilling her guts. Now I think she's a crazy old lady and no one believes her. They've discredited her, but she said a lot of shit. And one of the things she said was the most powerful group of people in the world are the Army, the U.S. Army. She said because they have all the fucking firepower. So whatever the Army wants to do, the Army can do. So, and then if you pay attention what's going on with Q, it's all military intelligence people involved, and it has to be the military. It has to be. So again, like I was saying earlier, if it really was just all 100% evil up at the top, the whole Q thing and the whole Trump thing would be fucking brilliant. Like, how do we get them to embrace a military regime? We put Trump in. We get the left so fucking crazy. They're doing the dumbest shit. Antifa? Come on. Who's behind? Like, Antifa? I don't know anybody who thinks Antifa's cool. No. It's so obvious that they're just paid, agent provocateurs.
Did you see on
That's
ABC they talked about that? This woman openly admit those protesters were paid.
Yeah.
And they were trying to backtrack. She's like, no, there's people that were paid. They were paid to be there.
They just forgot about that Baisley Ford chick. Now that shit's done. It's over. She's not gonna
press charges.
She's not gonna press charges or nothing. And they started that hashtag Believe Women. Come on, I love women. My mom's a woman. My wife's a woman. I love women. Without women, we would not be here. But don't come at me with this Believe Women shit. Come on, man. What happened to Believe Men? What about that shit? Yes, women get raped, and that's horrible. But also women lie about being raped. So we need evidence. That's it. Believe evidence. Believe the facts. Let me see the evidence. Let me see the facts. It's either one or two things. Either she really did get raped, or she's fucking lying.
But if she's lying, shouldn't something happen?
Well, that just
why
shows
they
you
keep doing that.
Well, they do. There are some girls who are now going because there's a big push, but it just lets you know that who makes the rules of society, women, and that's not a priority to them. That's not a big deal to them because they internalize it. Now the Kavanaugh thing, I don't know. I don't think he's a good guy. That guy's very anti-privacy, pro-wiretap, just like pro-militarized police. Like he's very much in kind of what you're talking about, that, this thought that maybe the military could take over.
That's what we kind of want, right? We want the military tribunals. We're celebrating the military tribunals. Now, if it's real, because military tribunals are for politicians and people that are involved in treason. Then we do need that, because then they're not regular citizens. They don't have their rights anymore. They sold out their country. So then that makes sense. Yeah, have the military try them. And if these military intelligence officers are legitimately good people, white hats or whatever they call them, then that process seems like the only process that could save us. Yeah. Or we could be being tricked right now.
Well, we've had guests on before that say if Trump isn't what he is, we're fucked. And two things he really wants to go after is the Federal Reserve. We just did an episode on that.
Yeah,
and
that seems like wow. That's like can you?
Everybody gets shot who does that, except if you have the military on your side.
Exactly.
And dude, that's slave. That's debt. That's. I mean, that thing is Woodrow Wilson should be fucking seen as a Benedict Arnold for signing. He signed in us having to pay personal tax. We didn't have to do before that. And he signed into the Federal Reserve. Like, that guy's a treasonous motherfucker, man. And Trump's going after that. And we're hoping he goes after that. We already seen a massive pedophile arrest. I do believe that this Catholic Church stuff is like push out the whipping boy. They definitely do the shit, and they're definitely scumbags. But when the heat starts getting too hot, they fucking put out a story about the Catholic Church touching people. They don't want you to talk about Hollywood, and they don't want you to talk about Washington, D.C., and how deep it is. And it's on both sides. I know people think it's only the Democrats. It's on, dude. They're all fucking doing it, dude. You remember when everybody hated Lindsey Graham 2 weeks ago because he's slipping fucking Huma Abedin fucking something at John McCain's wedding? And then now he's a hero for talking shit to fuck about standing up for Kavanaugh. It's all theater, dude. But the thing I think that is real is the hatred between Trump and the intelligence agencies. I really do believe that's real.
If that's real, then the Lindsey Graham shit's probably real. They it seems like he, even Q talked about it. He talked about activating Graham, like in his posts and his drops. And that happened right when McCain was gone. So maybe McCain had something over him or something. And now Lindsey Graham is he's on fire now.
Oh, so I've heard that too, that he pulled a bunch of people aside and go, whatever blackmail they have on you, don't worry about it anymore.
Yeah, we got you.
We're going to clean it up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They got to get people to, criminals to roll and, give them some kind of plea deals, make them, activate them, It's hard to tell. It's like a big murder mystery. Like,
I love it,
who
though.
the fuck is lying? Who's telling the truth? Are we being tricked? Like with UFOs?
Do you think at any point Q got hijacked by other dark forces that tried to hijack the message?
anything's possible, but it seems legit. It seems real. It's been a year now. Q still dropping, still predicting shit, still keeping us on top of what's going on. Otherwise, how would we know what the fuck is going on without Q drops?
Right.
Because we're not getting it in the mainstream media. I mean, we're getting it in Fox. Fox is, will be pro anything Republican. So Trump's Republican. So they're having finally they don't have to. They could be a lot more truthful now, Fox, right?
I don't know. They lied to us about weapons of mass destruction.
No, for
it's
sure.
Very hard for me to see them as
no,
white hats.
Well, no matter, as long as it's a Republican, it's the president. Fox is always going to spin everything to make the president look good. When Bush was around, they were, and that's what CNN does. They make Obama look great. They make the Democrats look great, no matter what. But with Fox now, if Trump is legit, if Q is legit, now Fox are like, damn, we don't have to bullshit as much. We got some real fucking dirt on the Democrats now. Like, holy shit, we don't have to just make it up. I think they're still scumbags.
I do think
they're still scumbags, but now they
might just be on the right side of the discussion.
Exactly. Like a scumbag has real evidence. They're going to use it.
Twice a day.
They're not going to say, nah, you know what? We can't really use this evidence because it's real. We like to make shit up. If they got real shit, they're even happier. You know what I mean? So I think that's what's going on with Fox. I think they got, because maybe Trump could have ran as a libertarian. And if he did, then they would probably try to take shots at Trump more. You know what I mean? It's their job. Their job is to defend the Republicans, right? The one statistic that I heard earlier today that's mind-blowing, and I don't know if it's real, but 100%, basically 100% of Republicans were for the abolishment of slavery, and only 23% of Democrats were. 100% of Republicans were for slaves becoming citizens, black people becoming citizens. The Democrats were opposed to it.
Can you look that up?
That's incredible shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, like they go back and forth. Like one time, over time. What we are seeing right now is the complete and utter controlled opposition. The Democrats are being ran by corporalists. We have all these CIA people running for Democratic office as Democrats. They're running for politics. All these CIA people. And I'm like, how do you fucking stop that? The DNC has been hijacked by dark forces.
Yeah, see, that's some more good news, depending on how you look at it. If they have to hijack it, that means it's legit, right? If they have to, covertly infiltrate the Democratic Party, then that means they had to do some work. That means that there's some good shit in there. Otherwise, if it was just all phony, there wouldn't be any of these, secret little plans and operations. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be that. And it shows that the people do have power. Because if the people didn't have the power, there would be no need to propagandize the people through television and the media and the movies. There's a reason why they're putting out these movies that are just filled with propaganda, because there needs to be. They're not bored. There has to be, because they have to have the people of this country under mind control to a certain level. As long as they get 60, 70% of us, under their control mentally, the other 35% of the awake people, they're not strong enough, But here's another thing. There's no way these people running the world, the Illuminati, there's no way they could have predicted how strong the internet was going to be. There's no way they could have predicted that. I think that's a big problem for them. Because, especially now with all these old clips of these politicians saying shit, and now we can put them back to back, there's no way.
Well, that's what the censorship's coming from.
There's no way
to attempt to control it.
Yeah, there's no way in the 80s they could have fucking knew that was going to happen. They were just so used to saying whatever the fuck they wanted in front of whatever camera, and there was no way that film was going to make it through the media and to the people. So they were just saying whatever they needed to at that point in time to get whatever agenda through, right? And now, 30, 40 years later, we got all that shit on video, and now we have access. Like, everyone has immediate access to it. There's no way they could have predicted that. There's fucking no way. So that's a problem for them. So I think like Instagram, shit. You know, you get on Instagram, boom, you find out a lot of shit. Man, there's a lot of fucking influence going on Instagram.
A lot of hot ass too. Do you think that before the midterms, anything big's gonna happen?
There should be, because I mean
because they're making this midterm seem like
it's so important,
make or break. And if you're right, if it wasn't important, I think it's important to the charade. I do believe that the U.S. population is a lot more powerful than people think. Our purchasing power drives the entire global economy. We buy everything. We we are the most important importers. Countries need us to import their goods, buy their goods to get their economies going. We are a very powerful demographic. And this fighting between each other, that's done on purpose so we don't all come together. Now, I want to ask you is, do you have any theory? Do you think about any time about all these celebrities in LA live tweeting constantly, believe all women, all this stuff? Do you ever think any of them are compromised? Do you ever think about that?
Absolutely. Fucking for sure. I wouldn't doubt if maybe a large percentage of celebrities, or
at the highest levels,
came from child trafficking.
I
wouldn't fucking doubt it. You had think about all the fucking kids that are, and especially, bringing up Kay Griggs earlier, that's one of the things she said too. Kay Griggs said that most people in positions of power were brought up through the system, and it's through the system of child trafficking. What ends up happening when you go through child trafficking, there's a few things that could happen to you. They could kill you, they could eat you, they could drink your blood, they could fuck the shit out of you, they make you kill other kids, and all that shit. And they got you so under control, they just turn you into soldiers, because by the time you realize what happened, you're 15, 16 years old, 13, 12, and you've already murdered kids. That would be the smart thing to do, is bring up kids, control the kids, make them murder other kids, make them... So you have all these twisted motherfuckers out there, and if they have a certain talent, like maybe they're a fantastic singer,
dancer,
actor, why not put them in? They're already in the system, and you got them, hook, line, and sinker. You got them.
A lot of them are, what are they called? Military brats?
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that in the last episode.
A lot of them are in the military. Their parents were in the military, a lot of celebrities.
Yep.
Like Bill Cosby. We were going through this list.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
they were
that
in
whole
the system.
the whole Laurel Canyon conspiracy. I mean, that's basically about a top secret Air Force base up in Laurel Canyon, up Lookout Mountain.
Yeah.
Called Lookout Mountain Laboratories. It was top secret in the 40s and 50s, and at that time, it was basically the most advanced movie studio in the world, and no one knew about it. It was top secret. So the official story is that that's where they edited nuclear bomb test footage. Like, they had this super advanced movie studio for that shit. That's what they said. But the conspiracy theory is that's where they made propaganda films. And, to have a top secret Air Force base right there in Hollywood, up in the fucking hills, right there must have been a lot of military people living up there. And that's where it was. And, like, their kids ended up being in bands and shit in the 60s, and they all have connections. A lot of the bands from the 60s that came out of nowhere. They came out of nowhere. They didn't struggle. They were just getting record deals, and clubs were opening up in Hollywood. And a large percentage of those musicians in big fucking bands, their parents were involved in this secret Air Force military base.
Yep.
And
yep. I mean, the list is so long, dude. It's unbelievable.
That's, if that's true, and you could look up Laurel Kane conspiracy. If that's true, that's some hellified controlled opposition. You know what I mean?
Did you watch the Emmys at all? Did you watch them? Dude, it's all rich kids getting awards. It's literally all the kids of billionaires and millionaires, of very rich people, just getting awards.
Jim Morrison's dad, he was a
Gulf of Tonkin.
Navy admiral who orchestrated the Gulf of Tonkin incident. The false flag that got us into Vietnam. That's why we went to Vietnam. They faked blowing up a ship or something, and they lied about it, and allegedly. And that's what got us into Vietnam, full blown. And Jim Morrison's dad orchestrated that shit. That's one example. You know, like Frank Zappa, his dad.
The Grateful Dead.
The Grateful
There
Dead.
was-
The Grateful Dead. You look into that shit. I never understood how anybody could like that shit. Like, man, I didn't get it. Now I get it. Hell yeah, I get it now. It was some kind of CIA operation to get the kids all fucked up.
Have you seen that The Rock tweeted something that's kind of creepy? That he met with the guy who owns Fox. Who's the old billionaire from Australia that owns Fox News? Rupert Murdoch. The royal family of Saudi Arabia and some high-tech person. And he met them all in Saudi Arabia. And that makes me think, I think he's going to make a run to be president. I mean, what a great, look at what we're doing. We got, we have Trump, who's a reality star, who talks mass shit. Now you got this light-skinned guy who looks like everybody's ethnic group. You don't know if he's, hey, is he Filipino? Is he black? Is he Mex? You don't know. And he's charismatic. He's a giant star and all these things. Why not put him? Everybody loves The Rock. I hear he's the nicest guy, but everybody loves The Rock. And that he had met with that he met with the fucking all those high up people that decide who runs for president, who's in charge. No thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, The Rock. I wouldn't doubt it.
Fucking busy making movies. That's all I see.
Ronald Reagan was the president, you know.
He
Arnold
made movies,
Schwarzenegger was the governor. If Arnold could
Trump
do it.
was a reality star, as we know.
Yeah.
Well, my whole thing is like, I think that's why he's putting out so many movies, is because he is that he is going to make a run. That you put out all these movies and so that you got him banked and blah blah blah, and then you make a run. If you get elected president, boom, you're good. If you don't, then fuck it, you go back. But you can take the time off to fucking run for president, and then you got all these movies in the fucking can.
Is he pro-Trump?
He is a Republican. People don't know that about The Rock. He's Republican. He's always been. He's just very
He's
quiet.
from Texas, though, right? I think he's from Texas. He got a Texas tattoo
I thought he was
on
from
him.
Florida. Maybe he's from Texas.
I might be wrong. I just know he has a Texas tattoo on him.
Who
or
knows?
did.
And when you're that big, dude, and do you remember when he went on Saturday Night Live and he did the bit, the child molesting robot bit?
Yeah.
Kate, fucking, who's the singer? I Kissed a Girl.
Perry?
Katy Perry was on that. She did the spirit cooking sketch.
Crazy shit. Hey, did you hear about that Marina Abramovich chick, the spirit cooking chick? She just is a headline. She decided that New York is too strange because of Donald Trump, so she's going to move to London. She's getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah,
dude.
she's getting out of town, dude.
Seriously,
Darkness is coming, dude.
It's see if you could find that. Marina Abramovich moves to London. Find that. She's smart move. Get the fuck out. Go move in with the
What's
queen.
going on with Mueller now?
I haven't really heard too much.
Right?
from
Nothing. You've
Yeah.
heard nothing.
Nothing.
It's so weird. That bitch is evil.
Does it say?
Lady Gaga's good friends with her.
Yeah, Marina Abramovich is moving to London because New York is strange under Trump.
They're all just part of it, dude. And who's that? Jen Alexander. Who's the biggest movie actress? She was in Hunger Games.
I don't know.
What? Jennifer Lawrence. Like, they threw her under the bus. She had to go attack Trump, and now nobody goes sees her movies. Right? She's going, Trump's piece of shit, don't come to my... Dude, I think that's all scripted. That they tell them to do that. It's like Nike had to go make the fucking what's his face's what's his name, the quarterback?
The commercial.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick. You know? I mean, that's such bipartisan shit. And I think they have to do this.
What about Beyonce?
Oh, for sure.
What about her drummer? What was that thing a couple weeks ago? Like one of her musicians.
She's in a really, really dark magic.
Who said that? Her drummer? Or something
Yeah,
like
her
that?
former drummer.
Her former drummer. Can you pull that up? Beyonce's drummer.
Yeah.
Basically throws her under the bus.
Yeah.
What does she say? That she's pure evil or what?
Yeah. Claims the singer molested her with dark magic. Extremely dark magic, yeah. I mean, we all knew that about her. All the
Extreme
symbolism. All the symbol. They're total witches. They're all Luciferians, bro. They're all Luciferians, dude. Jay-Z's total Luciferian. Jay-Z, like, did the blood ritual with Aaliyah.
And they love running with it. Every time you see them, they're always throwing up diamonds. It's like they're like, fuck it. They already know.
I mean, you remember when rock was all about the devil? Rap is all of Lil Wayne's thing got giant fucking bath mitt fucking.
Dude, there was a badass rap song I heard last night. I Shazam it, and the name of the rapper, 666. That's his fucking name.
That's the rapper's name? Look that rapper. What's the name of it?
The name of the song.
oh, look at them.
So fucking creepy.
The name of the song is
Look at that. They all get their faces.
Stay Dangerous is the name of the song.
Stay dangerous.
Oh, wait a minute. The song is named 666.
Oh,
okay. The song is called 666. Oh, I don't know, dude. Maybe the song, I don't know.
Stay dangerous. There it is.
No, but that's from YG.
YG.
Okay, so what the name of the song is 666.
Yeah, from
Okay.
YG. Yeah.
Okay. It's hard to tell. Sometimes you pull up a song, there's all these names, and what is that the name of the album, the song, the band, the guest rapper?
This is the motherfucker that looks stupid.
Dude, he's a total Satanist. He gets busted molesting kids. It's all crazy shit, dude. And he just puts out the propaganda. They blackmail him, then they put. Who is this ugly motherfucker?
This motherfucker looks like the devil.
Didn't he go? Hey, isn't he the guy who did the live thing where it's like, "You're all going to hell with me. We're all going to hell."
Look at him.
It's so weird. They make him.
What's
look
his
like,
name?
Trippie Redd. He's another one of those trap lord rappers that sing
He's
about
got
drugs
bitch
and shit.
tits. I don't like him. I don't like him.
Look at his face.
And then Ski Master Slum Lord killed fucking Temptation or whatever his name is. Totally killed him. They were all going to see who could put a hit on and who, and he got the hit in. And then the next day, you could see a picture of him and Drake, because Drake and Temptation were fighting. Drake and Slum God, Ski Master Slum Lord had a hat on that said "Revenge" on it. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, these new rappers
Dark
are scary
arts,
as fuck.
dog. You gotta sell your soul. I'm starting
That's
to
the
think
new
that
shit.
more and more. You gotta sell your soul to get to the highest level. Now you got somebody like Rogan who makes it through new media, the UFC new media. That's its own thing, dude. Wherever he's at right now, that's a different discussion. But when you get that big through a new media, I think kind of like how you say the internet, they didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like he slipped through before they knew how to regulate everything. That's my opinion.
Scary.
We're living in crazy times, dude.
Yeah, man.
I love it, dude. Well, dude, that was great, man. I love having you on. You should come on all the time. We just talk shit. I know you're super busy. Thank you guys so much. Again, we're going to be in Philly on Friday night and Syracuse on Sunday night. And the new website's almost up. We're going to get a new website done, and you can go there for everything you want. All the fucking dates, all that stuff, the merch, it's all that. It's all happening, and we really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, XG. You're a G.
Yep, no worries.
And
Nice to
two
meet you.
Mexicans
Nice to meet
on
you
one
too,
show,
right?
dude. Look at me.
Oh, shit.
Just fucking go. Dude, Mexicans love conspiracies, by the way. They fucking love conspiracy. The whole show's just Mexican.
Chupacabra, baby.
Well, most of us are aliens. We have to love.
I
love
respect that, dude.
conspiracies, you know.
I do. I get that. All right, you guys are great. We'll see you next week, and hopefully see you at the live shows. Take care, everybody.
Gonna be amazed.